Hello guys, welcome to the course on Cloudera Director Basics. This video I will show you how to deploy a virtual machine in Amazon AWS for installing Cloudera Director. So first step, log into the AWS console using your credential. Then from the services, choose EC2 and go ahead and hit launch instance. So you can choose the community AMI or any AMI option and choose the virtual machine. So you can just search here like CentOS 7.5 or whatever the operating system you need. So I already have taken some AMI ID as reference because this was the one which I deployed for some other deployment, and I felt very comfortable with this AMI. Okay, so this is the AMI ID. So let me just search with that AMI ID here and choose that, and here select the type of this instance, and this mainly tell okay what is the CPU and memory capacity. So I'm just using 2 core 8 gig RAM, so T2 large instance. Then next, configure instance detail, like how many instance I need, what is the network and subnet which I am going to use, so whether I need a public IP address, all these details. So I'm using the default one, and also make sure you choose the same network because again within the network you should be able to, within the network or subnet you should be able to communicate. So make sure you are choosing this network where you deployed other VM or where you want to deploy your cluster also. So I need one instance, that's it. And storage, I need a minimum of 50 gig. Then delete on termination. So whenever I delete this instance, so the disk will automatically get deleted. So I don't need any encryption. Tagging, so I can just add the tag if needed, so I can skip this step. So security group is something like the internal firewall that AWS is using, and which will control which port we can access and which port we cannot access. So I'll already have some security group available, so I can just use HTTP training, which is nothing but a wide open access, like I'm allowing the complete ports in between, so there is no restriction. This is completely wide open access. So otherwise you have to configure, or you have to configure the security group such that way that only the required port need to be open. Since this is completely testing environment, I have given the complete wide open access. So go ahead and review, and under review page you can see the complete details about this instance. Then go ahead and hit launch to launch the instance and choose the key. So this is a public private key pair that you use for authenticating to this VM, and you can choose the key pair you want. So I already have created key pair, and this PEM file I have converted to PPK file, so I have saved somewhere else in my system. Or if you don't have any key pair, you can create a new key pair and download that PEM file and then convert to PPK file using partition. So I already have done all those steps, so I can use HTTP admin key, which is the one I already generated. So launch the instance. So you can see this is getting launched. Go to the view instances. So here you can see my AMI or my virtual machine is getting deployed, and here I can use this editor to add some name. So I'm just adding Cloudera Director. Okay, and we'll wait some time, and you can see that details like public IP, DNS and other details here. So you will have to wait a few minutes to get SSH service up and running. So after some time you can see this will be all right. So you can just refresh this, and we will just see whether SSH service is up and running. So go ahead and take this public IP or public DNS, use putty and select the putty software, use the IP here and go to the SSH auth. Here pass the private key. So I have converted that HTTP admin PEM file to PPK file, use that, then go ahead and hit open. Now click yes and use the login name. So this is CentOS, and also for different images, so this ID may be different, sometimes EC2 user, CentOS or Ubuntu or whatever the name. So you have to check that instance detail to get this ID. So that's it, I'm able to connect this instance. So now I will be installing Cloudera director, so that we will see in the next video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Bye.